Why do you look at the speck of dust in your brother's eye, but you pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? Okay, that's not a quote from me. That's actually a quote from Jesus, from Matthew chapter 7, verses 3 through 5. And it's an interesting parable, and I want to talk about that. I want to break that down and tell you what I feel that means. And so what I believe Jesus is trying to say there is, why are you judging someone else when you haven't fully looked within at your own faults? Okay? Why are we so quick to find faults in others and judge others so quickly, when often we're not even looking at our own issues? We're not looking at our own stuff. And so often we are judging others because we don't agree with their belief systems. Okay? We don't agree with what they're doing. We don't see them as equal to us. Okay? You may call someone dumb. You may think they're dumb because they're not as intelligent as you. Okay? You may call somebody hateful because they're not as compassionate as you. And the list goes on and on and on, right? Of people that don't quite measure up to you and who you are and your standards. And so for that, you're judging them. But have you taken the time to look at your own faults? Okay? Because once you start working through your own stuff and looking deep within and uncovering your issues and working through those, then it's much easier to look at someone else and see clarity in their eyes. Not see a speck of dust or a plank or a log, but you start to see them with God's eyes. You start to see them as equal. You start to see them as loving, as truth, as light. Not as less than, not as a terrible person because they've made some mistakes, but maybe a flawed human that's working through issues. Okay? And maybe it takes them longer to work through their issues than it did for you. Maybe. But when you start to